So we're here at Firevolt Festival with Mr. Wednesday 13. How are you doing?
Doing good. Excited to be here.
And you've come straight here from headlining the Sofa stage at Bloodstock last night. How did that go?
Amazing. It was excellent, just all the way around. I didn't really know what to expect, but the stage we played, it was like in a tent, but it was completely packed out, and everybody was screaming the words back at us. It was very kind of overwhelming, but we're still kind of buzzing about it.
And with different shows of different sizes, playing different stages, do you prepare any differently for that at all?
No, but definitely walking out on stage last night, that nervous energy was a little higher than, say, playing a club show. But we haven't toured in 6 months, so that was our second show in 6 months, or third show in 6 months. So it's just it usually takes me a week or so being on tour to kind of get back in the swing of what I'm gonna say on stage, how I move. It's just I'm like in my head, it's just like a war when I walk on stage. It's just like I got all these things going on, questioning, and so yeah, it usually takes me about a week to get that figured out. But the first few shows are nerve-wracking and stress-free. I pray that no one would ever want to get inside of my head the first few days of a tour.
And you've got the live album coming out next month, which was in front of a huge crowd in Poland. And you've released 2 videos so far from that. Are there any more videos to come from it?
Yes, 2 more. There's one in a couple weeks, which will be for the song "In Misery," and then there's another one coming right before the release as well. So four music videos. Unfortunately, we didn't get a DVD release on this yet, but maybe if fans keep asking for it and they see there's a market for people to do it, maybe they'll do that. But there will be four music videos from that, and we're excited to get that out to our fans. It captured a cool moment for us last year, and we're excited to share that with everybody.
And you had a big announcement last week with playing with John 5 and the Creatures next year.
Yes.
How did that all come about?
Lots of things. I mean, basically, I've known John for many years. We toured back with Murder Dolls and Rob Zombie, 2010, which is when I first met him, and then we've remained friends. We're both Kiss nerds. So during COVID, I donated a bunch of Kiss memorabilia to his Kiss museum, and so we just kept in touch. We did some shows together, and he was, toying with this idea of playing some of his older music, and my name came up for being the front guy for it, and it worked out. We got together and we went through some of these songs, and it was great, and we hit it off, and we announced our first show at Vakken for next year, and there's a long list of shows coming along with that, and a lot more. So it's a new adventure for me. Playing alongside a guy like that is really, really an honor, because he's such a staple in the music business, and just one of the most well-respected and known guitarists in the world, and he wants to be in a band with me. It's pretty cool, so I'm very fortunate to get to know these people. It's on the same level of Joey Jordison. It's like a guy like that that's considered, or is considered, a drum god. Same thing with like John. He's a guitar god, and these dudes found the punk rock guy in me, and it's just it's a true honor, and I'm going to do it justice, and we're excited to get on the road next year.
And so does this mean that your own music and touring will be put on hold for a while?
I'm still going to be touring in between all of this. I don't stop. This is just something to work into my schedule. Wednesday 13 tours quite a bit. We probably tour 6 months out of the year. So adding this new band, this will take me out to 9 or 10 months out of the year, which is what I like to do. I love touring. I don't like sitting at home. I like to have a small vacation, but I really don't feel at home unless I'm playing music or traveling, or it's just something I've learned to do. I've did this most of my life. I'll be 50 next week, and I've been doing this since I was 15 years old, and so it's all I know. I love it. I've never hated it. And I've grown to love it. It's all I know. So, lots more touring on the way for me in both bands.
And it's just over a year since you released Mid-Death Crisis. Are there any plans for a follow-up yet?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't started working on a new record yet, but I've definitely been writing music. Ever since finished that record, I kept writing. So there's a ton of material in my head. Maybe only one or two finished songs, but a lot of material. So when it does come time for us to crack down, like I usually start about 2 or 3 months before we record. I just go in and do 3 months of kind of what pre-production, what we call it, and work on ideas, work it out. And then once we've got enough songs, we go, okay, these are gonna be the ones for the studio, and then we go into studio and then we redo them there. So yeah, I don't like to try to write too far ahead of time because I like to write closer to the moment, because if I wrote a record right now and it didn't come out from 2 years from now, I may hate it because my brain's going to be somewhere else in 2 years.
And you've got big US tour coming up again next month.
Yes.
You're back in Europe with Birthday Massacre towards the end of the year. But are there any plans to return to the UK at all?
Yes. But I can't say.
Oh.
It's all secretive information, but there is a plan for the UK. So stand by for that.
And you're headlining the Troop stage later tonight. What
Yes.
kind of set can we expect? Will it be a full greatest hit set?
I think I covered the spectrum pretty much. Everything from my Frankenstein drag queen days to Murder Dolls to the newest album. And it's so hard to make a set list, but I think I play something almost off every record. There's a few that don't get played, but I guess that's what kind of happens when you do this for so long. And I guess it's a good problem to have when you got a lot of songs that people want to hear. Like, oh, you're not playing long enough. Go and play 2 more hours. So I've been really fortunate that my fans like my music, and they want to hear more than I can play most of the time. So I try to make myself happy, with a set list, but I always put myself in the audience. I always imagine myself in the audience and go, cool, I like that song, but what would I really want to hear, So I literally think about that, and especially for a show like this or a festival or something like Bloodstock. I know my fans are going to like everything I play, but I'm thinking about that person that just stumbled in, that never heard of us, and like, how am I going to grab their attention? And it's just so I sort of select festival songs that you can move, you clap your hands to. They got, you know what I mean? It's just something I've learned from touring all these years, is that if you can work an audience and make them be a part of the beat of the song, you can win them over. And last night I had everybody doing every single thing I said. It was eerie, but it worked.
And you mentioned that you're 50 next week. Any plans to celebrate?
Yeah, I'm going home. I purposely, this tour is really short. We came over just to do 4 shows. Bloodstock was booked years ago, and we just tried to put a few shows around it so we could sort of pay the bills, because everything is crazy flying over here and, bringing people. So we were able to do a few shows around Bloodstock, and I get home 2 days before my birthday, and I've got some cool plans with my family and friends there. And so it'll sort of be a week-long, maybe a month-long celebration. I'm going to travel. I'm going to go back to where I grew up and go see my family there. So it's just a lot of cool things, going to reflect on all these years, and I'm going into 50 happy. And when you start, or for me, when I started a rock band, I grew up on those bands that was to live fast, die young, leave a good looking corpse sort of thing, and I'm turning 50 now. You don't think of it that way, but I'm much more appreciative now. I wake up every day with a smile on my face, or I try to. And I'm excited. So I'm not, when I was thinking about turning 50 years ago, I was just like, oh my God, it's the worst. It's the worst. It's the worst. But I've turned things around, and everything is good. So I'm going into it happy, healthy, and okay to be 50, I guess.
Right, we're just going to do a few quickfire questions now that are a bit random. But the first one is, what are your favorite crisps?
I've really laid off on of those lately, but there's been a bag staring at me for the last 3 days I've been here, because our rider we get backstage, you guys over in the UK, you have these jalapeno cheese crunch crisp, and I'm not sure exactly the brand, but they're amazing, and I haven't opened the bag yet. I just stare at it, but that's my favorite, and it's always on our rider when we get to the UK.
Favorite film?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 1.
What song do you wish you'd written?
Song I wish I would have written. There's many. The Happy Birthday song would be a cool credit.
Mm?
It's probably the most known song. Or Yes, Jesus Loves Me. That's another classic one. But I always go with my favorite Alice Cooper song, Cold Ethel. I wrote so many songs about, you know, grave robbing and necrophilia, and his song Cold Ethel is the blueprint for what I do. Like, he literally made a funny song about having sex with a corpse, and I based my whole career on that. So,
And final question then, if you're a ghost, who would you haunt?
who would I haunt if I was? That's a good question. Um, I wouldn't want to go haunt people I didn't like, because then I have to be around them. Because I still, even as a ghost, I wouldn't want to be around some of these people. Even if it was to haunt them, I still would choose to go elsewhere. I would probably just go to haunted houses around Halloween season and just sneak in and really, really fuck with people. I think that's what I would really do. And just go, oh man, there was that one room. Do you see that one thing? Like, that was just like, no, it wasn't. It touched me. It licked me. So, yeah, I would go where I wouldn't be expected and just go to a Halloween haunted house.
Cool.
Stir it up.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us Wednesday.
Thank you.
Can't wait for your set later, and
Yes.
have an awesome birthday next week.
Thank you so much.